What's up, guys? For a walk. And I'm not talking about the dog, but I'm talking about taking a walk, especially on days like today where it is kind of cold. It's like 55 degrees. Been spoiled lately. Had like 80-degree weather, and now it's getting cold again. And I want to show you how that affects my Raynaud. Now, my dog's a husky, and she does not treat me lightly. So I'm gonna try to get her to sniff the grass here, and I'll show you what my fingers look like. Oh, there's a squirrel. This is about a minute of walking outside. I always tell myself my core body needs to stay warm, and then the Raynauds won't be as bad, and I still hold that true. So I'm gonna show you what my fingers. I have a previous ulcer there, and it's funny, whenever I get an ulcer I always feel it on the other side too, and that hurts for some reason. Obviously if I grab this dog leash really hard, I'll get that slow capillary refill. Sometimes I see people's hands, they're like all white. My hands didn't get like bright white like that, they get purple. And then before that, it's like a fruity color. I call it like the Fruity Pebbles. You can even see that down on my hand too. And then any inflammation I have here kind of shows up when it gets cold. Not too bad. There's times when, you know, it could be like really like powdery white with the inflammation. You see my other hand kind of like copy each other. You can tell here you have the fruity red, you have like the Fruity Pebbles over on this one, and this one becomes purple. So I'm going to come back in a minute and show you an update. So while I'm doing that, you know, it's a question of like, how can you treat this? You know, I'm thinking the best way is to get like heated gloves that heat up specifically. I've had some before, but the problem is they're like super long. Yeah, I'm a man and they kind of feel feminine. I don't like it. They both need like really big batteries, and they take a while to charge. And it's just like in emergency cases, basically. I did have a backup battery, but then I like lost it. You know, I have a family of 5, and just stuff gets lost all the time. If I leave it out, my wife will clean it up and not know where she put it, or I'm kind of blaming her when it's my fault, but you know, that's family life, baby. But anyway, I do have gloves, like regular gloves. I don't feel like those help as much. Like if you're outside working on something, yeah. But if you're just going for a walk, I mean, I guess they're better than nothing, you know. But I don't find them that like useful as much as you'd think. Moving my hands really helps. So I'm just naturally doing this and not even realizing that I'm doing this, like moving them. You can see it's not so bad. Pulling on me, it's not so bad. There are times when the Raynaud gets really bad, and then it's like kind of like a video game when you have like 10 seconds to get to the top. You're underwater, it's like do. I always think of that anyway, like Sonic the Hedgehog, because like the consequences for having super cold hands is that it hurts. It like the warming process hurts so much more. And so having it for like the past 3 years and more, I've learned a lot. I mean, the first time I was trying to install this outside door with my wife, and I was like, why do my hands hurt? And then it was so painful because I didn't know when to stop. Nowadays I'll stop, go back outside or go back inside, warm up, and then do it again. But back then I had no idea. So you can see, not so bad. That's from the pressure of holding it. This isn't so bad. This is expected. My problem when I'm just inside all day, working in an office, or you know, I work with students, but when I'm doing paperwork or whatever and my hands turn purple, or when I'm just in church chilling and I've been in there for half an hour, and then my hands start getting like fruity red. That's the kind of stuff that concerns me, because I'm inside, and just, you know, places in the United States sometimes with the air conditioning too, they just make it really cold. I'm around other people and we're all inside, and so it can get kind of embarrassing. Like, why are your hands purple? Are you okay? It's either like people don't care, which is good for me in this moment, or they're overly concerned, like, oh my god, do you need to take the week off? Are you okay? This way. So it's kind of like both of those things. It could be frustrating. This dog doesn't want to hacer caso. But that's my experience with Raynaud. What's yours like? Let me know.